feel like the world is out to get you? You may be suffering from Trump Derangement Syndrome.
Trump Derangement Syndrome.
Trump Derangement Syndrome.
Trump Derangement Syndrome. Hatred of Donald Trump so intense that it impairs people's judgment.
Trump anxiety disorder.
Trump anxiety disorder.
Trump anxiety disorder, the main symptom, fearing that the world is ending.
I do not believe this is happening. I'm literally about to fucking kill myself, and I'm not kidding. You better fucking fix this shit right now. I literally am gonna die.
He's got a little bit of that Trump derangement syndrome.
Trump derangement syndrome?
Liberals can't even explain why they hate the president so much.
Democrats are the most predictable people on the planet. If President Trump says anything, they automatically throw a hissy fit.
For several years now, we've been hearing that there was this prevalent condition called Trump derangement syndrome.
Trump derangement syndrome.
Trump derangement syndrome is now reached a new height.
Donald Trump and his erratic behavior could be leading the United States towards World War III.
Now, according to the editorial board of the New York Times, Hurricane Florence is also President Trump's fault.
Donald Trump is more terrifying than cancer.
I don't want to hear the question, is this president racist anymore? He is.
Your dog bites, if the bee stings, if the baby cries and you're feeling sad, it's all President Trump's fault.
Trump Derangement Syndrome has people believing that Donald Trump is Hitler.
MSNBC are suggesting that Trump is going to start randomly seizing American kids from their parents.
Your kids could be next.
There are people who have, advanced college degrees who really believe this crazy stuff.
Full-blown psychosis, it is a psychological, level of unhingement I've never seen. Trump derangement syndrome, out of control.
And now there's an effort to normalize being so damaged, if you will, by an external event that some U.S. psychiatrists now are saying they've got more patients with Trump anxiety.
Liberals have to be careful to avoid Trump derangement syndrome.
Trump derangement syndrome.
Trump derangement syndrome has officially come to the Senate.
Trump derangement syndrome is alive and well in London.
Is President Trump driving some Americans crazy?
I believe that I and others have Trump derangement syndrome.
No matter what Trump does, the left freak out like it's the end of the world. They seem extremely stressed and out of control.
It's really a horrible experience running for public offices these days for true believers on the Democratic side of the aisle, because they are without credibility on almost every issue.
Since Trump got elected, doctors are seeing patients suffering from Trump anxiety disorder.
Do you think Trump derangement syndrome is a real mental disorder?
Trump derangement syndrome has become a thing.
This is now an official psychiatric condition.
Trump derangement syndrome is clinically real.
Donald Trump anxiety disorder. Trump derangement syndrome, political and emotional foolishness.
A couple of psychiatrists from Harvard and Yale, they called the condition Trump anxiety disorder, distinguishing it from generalized anxiety disorder because symptoms were specific to the election of Trump.
Half a dozen New York City agencies now offering therapy to city workers if they're upset about the election.
Psychologist Dr. Stuart Bassman says for his clients, it started the morning after the election.
On college campuses, you had snowflakes with Trump derangement syndrome who, after he won, held a cry-in at one university, and they had therapeutic puppies to get over their trauma.
Entire platform could be say no to Trump. This isn't politics anymore. It's
the Trump derangement syndrome has gotten out of hand, and I think people need to come back to reality.
Serious? You don't care? You're destroying my property and you do not care?
If and when Trump derangement syndrome is put in the dictionary, there will be a photo of Maxine Waters next to that definition.
Trump was elected not to bring continuity and to not, guide the country along the path that it was going. Donald Trump was elected to grab America by the back of the neck and then yank it from off the edge of the cliff.
What this president does is he makes them and their elitist mentality irrelevant.
Every ball is bouncing in the right direction. Donald Trump is a disruptive president. He's doing it differently. He's not doing it with the elitists. He's not doing it with the establishment, not doing it with inside the Beltway people, but it's working.
Sick, sick. These are sick people.